For 10 years, I was my family's ATM. Groceries, rent, cell phones. If someone needed cash, I was the first call. I thought I was being a good daughter, the successful one. But when I finally ran out of money, I found out what their love was really worth. My name is Jenna, and this is my story. You know what's funny? I spent years believing I was doing the right thing, carrying the load, helping my family, thinking being successful meant I owed it to everyone else to carry them, right? For over a decade, I paid their bills. I didn't complain, not out loud anyway. But when my money started running out, their love ran out too. My dad died when I was 24. It was sudden, a stroke, no warning. As the oldest of three, I stepped up. Mom spiraled and leaned on me like I was her replacement husband. I paid off their debt, covered the mortgage so she wouldn't lose the house, and even took out a second credit card just to keep the lights on when Mom couldn't keep a job. My siblings, they were grown, not kids. My brother Michael was 22, healthy, living at home, working part-time only when he felt like it. My sister Olivia was 20, a college dropout. She and her boyfriend seemed to be on an eternal gap year. Every time my family needed help, I sent money. $100 here, $500 there. Sometimes more. My brother once called me at 2 a.m. for gas money to go to a party. When I hesitated, he said, "Come on, it's only $40 to you." I figured, they'd do it for me. But deep down, I was afraid of what would happen if I stopped. Could I risk losing my family? In reality, I wasn't supporting a family. I was being held hostage by their dependents. Then last year, I lost my job. The hotel I worked for was sold, and my department was the first to go. The severance wasn't much, but it kept me afloat for a bit. Even then, I still helped my mom. Months passed, countless interviews, and yet no job. I was desperate. One day, I finally needed help. Heart-pounding, I called my mom, hoping for comfort. She answered, but sounded distracted. I could hear my brother's voice in the background, and my sister's laughter. I swallowed my pride and said, "I'm short on rent this month, and I've used up all my savings. I really need your help." She said, and I remember this word for word, "Well, we all have our struggles. Maybe try eating out less." Then she asked if I could still send $300 for her yoga classes. Like that was the priority. I texted Michael and Olivia. No response. That's when I realized I'd been funding people who saw me as a service, not as family. I sat there staring at my phone. The silence was deafening. No job, no savings, no one checking in. I was the emergency fund, not the child, not the sibling, just the ATM. I thought about all the times I put myself last, worked extra hours to cover their bills. 10 years of hard work, and I had nothing to show for it, except an empty bank account and a family that didn't value me. Even the holidays, I missed Christmases for work, made up for it with gifts and parties. But I never came home to a single, "Thank you." And when Olivia wanted money for a minivan to become an influencer, I emptied my account. Today, that van sits in Mom's driveway, stripped, never remodeled, just a hangout spot for the guys. Her influencer dream? One video, and that was it. So I canceled all automatic payments. I couldn't afford them anyway. No announcements, no fights. I just turned off the tap. And what happened next? It shocked me. They lost their minds. My brother accused me of abandoning the family. My sister told everyone I'd gotten greedy. Mom stopped speaking to me for weeks, then sent a long text starting with, "After everything I've done for you." I laughed, even though it hurt. If it hadn't been for an old friend from work, I would have been on the streets, and they wouldn't have cared. That hurt the most. It's been 8 months since I set that boundary. We haven't really spoken since, but I have a steady job again, working as a travel agent. Therapy helps keep things in perspective. My family? At first it felt like an earthquake, shock, silence, some tears. But eventually, the ground settled. Everyone found their own way. Michael works full-time now. Olivia and Jake broke up. She's still at home, but maybe she'll find her calling soon. My door is open, but my boundaries are set. And peace? Peace is realizing you're not selfish for choosing yourself. You're just finally listening to the voice that's been whispering, enough. If you're the one who always picks up the tab, always saves the day, always bleeds yourself dry for people who wouldn't skip a meal for you, let this be your permission slip. Close the account. Trust me, they'll adjust. And you'll finally breathe. Have you ever been the family wallet? Drop your story below. I'll read every comment. You're not alone in this.